everyone, and welcome back to another mukbang with Amy and Leigh. We are the Munch UK. Leigh, tell them what we have on the menu.
Amo, you have traditional doner kebab in pizza bread, which she didn't want. It was a complete accident. I got chicken tikka kebab, and we got chips. And I'm just in the middle, guys, of falling out. Is that how you say it? Falling?
Falling?
Not falling. I'm not falling out my pants. Like, my feet have turned to ice from picking up this food.
Thawing.
Yeah, I can't say my T and H.
Thawing out.
I'm also my words, so I'm sure like the translator.
He's thawing out, guys.
My feet are, they're like ice, guys.
Bigger fork.
I took my shoes off, and there was ice inside my shoes.
It is snowing, by the way.
Yeah, if last year was the year of COVID, this is the year of the Ice Age. The new Ice Age is coming, I swear down.
I'll put salt
Oh,
on.
sorry. It's horrible out there.
No, it isn't good.
And don't give me all that crap about how technology is good for if you put vinegar on. Sod buddy technology. I had to go and pick this up from the chip shop because Uber Eats. They said, oh, there you can have a voucher, 50% off. I'll go and pick up the food. Oh, sorry, I went to order the food. It wouldn't go through. So I had to go and fetch this myself.
Yeah, Uber Eats does mess about a lot.
Big time with us. I just don't think they like us that much.
And Deliveroo doesn't even pick up our address.
No, it's if you try and put in our postcode for Deliveroo, it sends people to Birmingham, which by car is about half an hour away. Go figure.
Anyway.
I'm going to put some chilli sauce on here, guys.
You'll have to take the thing off one today.
Have you not opened it yet? My bad. Guys, before we get going, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, comment below, check out our YouTube channel, it's in the description, and also our Instagram is in the description, and join us on the weekend for a piss up.
Do you know what the annoying thing is?
For a drink up.
I like chips in the chip shop now and again. These are really nice, but they give you all like this pointy ones.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't really get a chance to pick what you want.
Like that. That is not a chip.
I mean, like, imagine, it'd be really cool, I reckon, wouldn't it, if you could just say, look, can I come in and pick my own chips?
I want to try and give an example. Now, to me, that's a chip, like a bigger chip.
Well, if we're paying for them, let's pick the chips we want.
Individually.
I got down there, guys, so I placed a collection order on this chip shop's website, because Uber weren't having it. And they said, when do you want to pick it up? I said, 6:15. Got down there at 22. A huge queue. There's like 15, 20 people in this queue and only 2 people allowed in at once.
I've seen it on Facebook. And the next door, the Chinese.
Yeah, nightmare. So, I was alright, this ain't no good. I'm allowed just to walk up to the door because I've got a collection. I didn't think I was. Nobody else seemed to be doing that. And then this lad, I got to the front of the queue. I was next in line. This lad comes walking on down. I only had 2 in the shop. He walks on in. I was like, oi, knobby knobhead. What are you doing? I didn't say it because I don't want to fight. I'm not in the mood for an argument. But I wanted to say, knobby knobhead, what are you doing walking in, just barging in there? And all he was doing was getting a collection like me, but he hadn't waited in the line like I did. By the time I got served, I was like, okay, my feet have gone very cold. My face has turned to ice. This is bloody ridiculous.
See, in our local area, I saw someone put them on Facebook yesterday. It was like, is this certain Chinese closed because they're not picking up the phones?
So it's our first video since New Year's Eve. Since New Year went by, guys. First chance to record.
Yep. Did you have a good one? Tell us what you did with your family, or your friends, or your partner, or on your own, whatever it may be. How did you see the new year come in?
I think a lot of people just wanted to just do their own thing, like families, people with kids and whatnot, people we know from YouTube and just in general.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time with the family, as a family, rather than having all the other family around and all their screaming brats.
No. You couldn't do that.
No, so I mean, a lot of people just watched a film, ordered in Chinese or pizzas or whatever.
Oh God, water's just...
But we didn't have to entertain the kids, did we? We had to entertain your dad.
Oh yeah. That is more difficult than entertaining young children.
Yeah. We had a good time though. Some of you will see our New Year's Eve vlog. If you haven't, go and check out our other channel. You'll see Steve on there doing his air guitar and various other stuff.
What's yours like?
Good job back.
What about mine?
I know what kebab meat tastes like, eh?
Just let me try a tight bit of meat.
Real good. I ain't complaining. I like doner kebab, but that is really nice chicken tikka meat.
I've never done tikka down there. I've just done...
They got took over, didn't they? That's what it is.
They just did like, how can I explain? Like chicken kebab that looks like brown. It doesn't
Mixed
look...
meat, wasn't it?
Well, mixed meat you get them, but Nice.
They're really good, guys. They got
Wow.
took over by a rival chip shop, and like basically they got their ass kicked. The new rival chip shop is like way better than the last one. Well, it's not a rival now, is it? It's the boss. It's the new one.
This is my favourite chili sauce as well.
I heard today, guys. Well, actually, I heard a lot of stuff today. We've got a lot to talk about. We'll probably forget half of it, knowing us. But I heard today that if COVID's probably going to obviously hurt a lot of us, and that's horrible. But even if we get through COVID, do you know if an asteroid was to come to Earth in the next like 10 years, we're buggered. Like a big asteroid. I don't mean like them little pebbles, like a big one. We don't have the technology for at least 10 years yet. I heard this off my mate today, he's a scientist. Until, for like 10 years, we won't have the actual technology to deflect a big asteroid in Earth. So we'll make it through COVID, make it through Boris Johnson and Donald Trump and their reign of terrors on the world. We've still got to face a sudden asteroid possibly blowing us all to bits. You got no Bruce Willis like in Armageddon to send out and fix it.
I thought they had something in place that they could blast it off.
No, not for 10 years. Will we have the technology to deflect a big asteroid? We'll just have to take it on the chin and hope for the best.
Flipping it, that makes you think, what's next?
A little bit. Anything's possible these days.
Guys, quick question. What do you drink when you're eating your dinner? Because I've had a conversation recently about parents, my parents.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Well, go on.
Yours probably.
My mum and my stepdad do, don't they?
Claire, on here, our lovely subscriber, my best mate, who literally said exactly the same as our parents. They drink tea with their meals and coffee and
Dave
stuff.
used to, didn't he?
Yeah, and I just...
It is a thing. It's not just like their thing. People do that.
I'm asking. Do you guys do that? Like,
My grandparents always did that.
I couldn't eat something hot with a meal like this.
We was having one of these meals a while ago, guys. Or it might have been fish and chips. It was either doner kebab and chips or fish and chips. It was an old video, and randomly someone commented today, a lad called Keegan. If you're watching, mate, how you doing? I hope you subscribed. And he said, I'm British, and this food looks delicious. I just a random comment said, but where is the cup of tea? I was like, I don't know. I have on holiday. I've had cups of tea with fish and chips once or twice, but it's not something I go out and choose to have. I'd always have fizzy pop.
I've never done it in my life. Saying that, however, I have ate it with a cooked breakfast. That it seems deemed acceptable.
Oh yeah. A good tea or coffee with a good fry up is a must. But then again, so fizzy pop in my opinion.
I love fizzy pop with Thai fire.
But I get it why some people just don't like fizzy pop. It's just not everyone's cup of tea, is it? I didn't even know I was going to do that one then.
What's the likelihood though of someone commenting with exactly the same question?
Well, it's not their cup of tea. Oh, that lad this morning. Yeah, it was a bit random. And that's why I was a bit surprised that he was bringing it up. I thought maybe it's in the comment. So what's everyone's...
It's a Twilight Zone, that is.
Yeah, it is. Oh, we've got some weird stuff coming up. I say weird stuff. AIM's going to be starting up a true crime series, like once or twice a month.
This week coming.
We're next to record on Thursday, so I think she'll get it done for then.
Like Cleopatra.
I think she'll get it done for Thursday, because that's our next video date.
Oh no.
But yesterday we watched this movie. I found it on Virgin. Freaky geeky.
Yeah, on demand, on Sky. Well, on Virgin, but Sky Movies. It's called
Apartment 1.
1BR, I think.
Yeah, that's the one, I think, on 1RB.
Basically, this graphic designer goes into this apartment that she wants. And it seems really nice at the time because it's in like a shared community. It's not like just an apartment that you move into and you do your own thing. They have like communal... Can I have one? Yeah. Communal barbecues and... You know, like a residential home, but it isn't. It's more like just an apartment block. Anyway, don't want to tell you too much about it, but she moves in and basically the neighbours ain't what they seem.
No, getting straight to the point, guys, without giving it away too much. Because that's what I'm talking about.
Why don't you just give it away? Because it's so much of a good film not to.
It's about an occult anyway, guys. And these people, like, basically brainwash her into joining their occult. But they go as far as, like, hammering her nails to the walls so she can't move and got to stay in these stress positions. It's really weird as hell. So they're checked out today, occult stories on the internet.
Isn't it just cult?
It is, but they also say you joined an occult.
I thought it just says joined a cult.
No, the same thing. But if you type it in the internet, it's called occults and cults. I don't know what the difference is. I don't think there's much difference. But on this website, there was like 16 different stories of people who've been part of occults. And like some of the stuff they make you do. I mean, I don't think me and Aim would count from like when you join them as a married couple, some of them would split you up. So like the wife, that'd be Aim obviously because I don't wear a dress, would go off with the bloke who runs the place. And I'd get paired off with some old bat he didn't want anymore. Ain't gonna happen. I think out of the two of us, you'd cope better in a cult than me. Because I'm a bit too anti-establishment. I don't like being told what to do. Was I would accept it more. She'd be like, Leigh, don't tell him no. Don't say no, Leigh. He'll like, you'll be in trouble.
You see, Leigh doesn't think of the consequences to some situations. Like when he's on a mood, he'll let everybody know he's in a mood, and then I have to pick up the pieces. And that's what it'd be.
No.
You're very think with your mouth before your brain type person. You'd say something not thinking about the consequences of what you're going to say. Now, I'm the different to that. I'd rather be angry, think about why I'm angry, than working out strategically.
Yeah.
If you said something bad to somebody in... I can't say what you're saying, a cult. I just know it is a cult. If that was the case... I would have to go along with these people in order to get out of the place. I would play along with them in order to win them over to get me out.
Well, she sort of did that, but in the film. But these people, there's 16 stories, and basically they go as far as making people have like what they call it, fasting days. Not just like once a month you can have a fasting day. No, it's whenever the church had little money, they had to fast. This for this religion or this occult. Whenever the bloke was in a bad mood, they had to fast. And all these other reasons, like, basically, you got to fast a lot. And he said it got to the point where, like, a little brother was, like, crying out because he was that thirsty, he weren't allowed to drink.
Oh, my God.
I was like, sod that. No one's going to tell me my kids they can and can't drink. There's another one where they sent all the kids away. So, like, say, me and I moved in with Tia when she was young. They'd send all the kids away to it was in America, I think this is called.
I remember this.
Well, they sent them to, like, another country to go to a boarding school for years at a time.
There was something that I've heard about this sort of thing. I'll tell you what we watched, sorry, wasn't that? Wasn't it like an Amish family who sent them to go and live in England? No, it wasn't. It was Scientology.
Yeah, so that ain't that bad if it was...
Not Amish, sorry. A Scientology. I think it was an Amish family as well.
What about it?
People that said they don't have... That was it. It wasn't Scientology. So this Amish family... They don't have TV and things like that, do they? And they work on the farms. And the daughter wanted to experience life in the Western culture.
Yeah, these are sent away against the will, eh?
No, I understand that. But the parents didn't want her to, but she wanted to go and investigate.
Come over here.
Yeah. But you imagine that, though. Like, I mean, the people of Scientology are quite... restrictive of letting you know what goes on. That's not knocking anyone who wants to do it, don't get me wrong, it's just obviously...
Oh, don't get me started on Scientology, guys, but best I don't say a word about it. But we've seen documentaries of Louis Theroux and stuff, and it's proper like cracker-lacking. It's not the normal sort of like Christian churching and Catholic religion and stuff. But you're basically like, if you want to move up, like say like in church, in a Christian church, if you want to move up to the front pew, you just got to move up to the front pew. You get there early on a Sunday. Take the priest or the vicar a nice cake and he'll move you up to the front. In Scientology, to move up levels, you got to pay like X amount of money. And it's like you got Tom Cruise in there. John Travolta's one. A lot of famous people are part of this, you know. We've got to the point where the Scientology people were interviewing women to be Tom Cruise's new missus. Oh, our dog's snoring. Barney, I can hear
you
him.
nasty devil, leave him alone.
I can hear him snoring from here.
So they don't mind, Leigh. We have dogs.
He's got louder as he's got older, guys.
You just woke that poor little thing up.
Poor little thing. You were saying that when you attacked one of the dogs in the past. Oh, he's a poor little thing.
Yeah, well, leave him be.
He will do it. I'm going to settle that down again. But yeah, I couldn't do with joining a cult. Sod that.
The Scientology thing, when we watched it with Louis Theroux, that was interesting. Like the way you have to pay, I think, to get higher up.
I've literally just said that this second.
No, but everybody, not just celebrities, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah, to get in there in the first place, you got to pay a lot of money. I've got it here though. These occult stories. Bear with me.
no, I've never heard it said like that.
Well, that's what it's
Just
called.
cult.
They're not AIM. Bloody hell. Now I've got to find it.
Was there a list?
Yeah, Adam.
It sounded like he called me Adam then. Yeah, Adam.
Well, an occult, basically, it says here, is mystical, supernatural, or magical powers, practices, or phenomena. So Aim's probably more right than me. But I did type in occult stories before, and it brought up a load of weird shit.
What am I right about?
I don't know. Whatever we was just on about.
Was the fact that it's just a cult?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I've only heard it ever said as like two separate words. Like I've joined a cult, like I've joined a club. I've never heard it as one word.
You'll never hear me say it, that's for certain.
Why?
Because I'll never join one.
No. Let me just say, sometimes they railroad you into doing it. Like I told you, there's this one girl that I watch, and she was human trafficked into one of these like cult things. And they actually call them survivors, don't they, to this? Cause
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Scary cult. Why is it you can never find things when you've saved them on your phone and then just disappear? Here we go, I found it. We're not going to go into them, it's just like little bits from each one. So they asked different members of their website who had actually been in cults for their experiences. And there's one said like they fasted all the time. When people died, they fasted. When the church was struggling, they'd fast. This other one predicted the end of the world on May 21st, 2011. And he said literally you couldn't plan anything. So you wanted to get married on the 22nd of May, you weren't allowed to. Anything you wanted to do, you had to do before May 21st. Because they predicted the world was going to end. So you couldn't even like say, all right, Dorothy, let's go shopping on May 27th in 2011. 2011. Because the world might be done by the 21st. Crazy times.
What happened when it didn't?
Well, then a lot of people just like, oi, John. John was the leader. But John, we're going. We don't believe you no more. I know you might say that bad smell in the kitchen isn't you. We know it is. Pack it in, we're leaving. And they'd all just bugger off.
That's the thing now, isn't it? Like, let's take that as an example. Oh, the world is going to end in such and such. People believe this is going to happen. Don't they? Like, they actually believe that this is going to happen. And they will follow it like the law. And I think, well, there was this one family. I remember, but this was a Scientology thing. And the mum and dad, and they had an elder daughter, if you remember, she just wanted out. And they all left out. There was like, if you want to, or was that, what cult thing was that?
I don't know which one that was.
There was basically like, if you don't want nothing to do with this, I'm disowning you. And the girl went off to live her own life in like Western society type, you know. And she was like, yeah, my mum doesn't have nothing to do with me now. That was it. It was with Louis Theroux. It was Scientology. Yeah,
in the Scientology ones, basically, there's the bloke who now is like the main man. Like Buzz Lightyear of Scientology.
Me, man.
He is like, his dad was in it, and I've listened to a podcast with his dad, and his dad was like, look, this is too much now, it's getting crazy, you know, I'm not so somebody died in the Scientology sort of community who lived there, and he was friends with her, the dad was, and they wouldn't tell him that she'd passed away. They just said, oh, she's left, and she's now like getting better in another place somewhere else, and he found out through someone. Because they're not allowed the internet or anything in there from what I'm aware of. Just like a search engine which picks up what they want people to see. They're not allowed to see anything negative about the outside world. Or about Scientology, rather. And he found out, yeah, so-and-so, like Beatrice, whatever her name was, she died like 2 years ago. I was like, what the hell, you're not actually my best friend? Why were I told that she died? And then like they'd keep his money back, and he was like one of the leaders' dad. I forget his name now.
I remember this. Was it? It was Louis Theroux. Look how pink my natural lips are. It irritates me.
Anyway.
It was Louis Theroux. You should go and watch it if you can. Actually, there's a lot of Louis Theroux things on Netflix.
My Scientology movie.
And me,
it's called.
wasn't it? So
No, it's just my Scientology movie.
I love his show. So I tell you one thing I do want to watch: the new Jimmy Savile documentary
This bloody dog's been a pest
on Discovery.
Yeah, you got to pay £30 a month though for that, you know.
Have you seen what he says though? He starts with, I like women who don't know nothing. I like women who don't understand things. They're my kind of women. I was like, well, he actually said girls.
There's a couple coming up. There's one for the BBC they're doing about Jimmy Savile, and one on Netflix.
Ooh, he makes me feel.
I found that out the other day because I was looking for this one for AIM and where it was. And it's on Discovery Plus. We just got about £30 a month for the service. I ain't paying that, but it'll be out at some point. They're doing a couple more about him, but there's a few more though. I get the staff, guys. I'm trying to work with her, and she's just cracking me up here.
Sorry.
Go on. So what was that one you was telling me about? And that story about the occult.
Oh yeah, that was really. It was really the television. Come on.
No, fuck off.
It was really bad, that one.
There's some bad stories. There's one where they used to lock the people in their bedrooms. Look at that, wolves. Guys, got the horse racing on the TV. Let's flip the channel. It's where we are in Wolverhampton, and there's just snow everywhere. I mean, it's like the new ice age. Them poor bloody horses, they're going to turn to flipping ice in this weather.
Oh, that is rough.
Be like something out of bloody Game
I'm
of Thrones.
not joking, you guys. This is it just looks like Lapland. But the story that I heard years ago, there was like, I don't know if you've ever seen like the Da Vinci Code or anything like that, but some of these like are not good intention. Like, you know, they believe it's good intentions, these cults that are like weird anyway, like doing the fasting and all that, but these are like sadist cults who want to they chant the devil and they chant things and they're sitting with like, I've seen one where there's a lot of rapings and there's awful situations, and it just makes me, I get so scared when, you know, you feel comfortable in your house and you look round the room, you got your telly on and just what's going on outside there.
Well, really, God, it's going on out there, not in my living room, mate.
No, but it's going on in people's living rooms and that, isn't it? Like they get together and have meetings.
Well, if you ever, my buddy mum's fella, he's a buffalo or a gigolo, whatever the hell you call him. I ain't joking, he's one of them ones. One in like secret handshake, wank wank, tug tug, whatever you call him. I can set up one. It's my channel. As well as yours. He's one of them.
Watching this.
Oh gosh.
He's actually.
What do you mean? What's happening now? Hey, just tell me.
You've got just something there.
There's probably ice burns. Been out in the bloody ice too long. Anyway, my mum's fella, as I was saying, he's like a buffalo or something like that. Don't mean a water buffalo, obviously. It's like secret handshakes and stuff. And the other day, a few months ago, back before lockdowns began, me and RT went up to visit my mum.
He dresses up in robes and...
Well, it goes into woods and like chants things at trees.
They don't.
Holy trees!
They don't.
They do something.
No, they don't.
I've never been. I don't want to go. Apparently, my mum said all they actually do.
Just a working man's club, and they have talks.
Apparently, all they do is meet up and talk about the price of beer going up.
I know it's the treasury or something.
I don't trust him to the treasury.
Or treasurer, but he wears like chains and.
It's a load of jazz. And me and RT went up anyway. And he got a knock at the door. I was like, "Who the hell's this, mum?" And he's like, "Oh, it's so and so from the club." And I went out there. They're talking about window cleaning and stuff. I was like, well, that's not very exciting, is it? Apparently, you two are plotting the end of the world or whatever. You're talking about buddy get clean the windows at the club.
If I was going to be a part of a club, sorry, I would love to be in the Phoenix Nights Club with Brian Potter.
Yeah, I can't see I'm being a part of any meet in the woods and dress and sing to trees sort of club. If you lot am, fair play to you, but it ain't our kind of gang.
You forget that. See what I mean?
What? Like, no.
There could be a buffalo on here.
Hello, Buffalo Bill. He was a serial killer. Don't mess with him.
Mm.
But it's like Charles Manson. I don't want to be in his club either.
I'm having some disasters here, guys. So, you know, Buffalo Bill, was that actually a story then?
What was it again? I just remember the name.
Well, I know he was in Hannibal Lecter, Buffalo Bill.
Oh, well, that was pretty made up then, weren't
I
it?
think it wasn't it like he used to skin people.
I think it's made up their name because Silence of the Lambs wasn't real, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, actually. We don't really want him around, do we? Sorry. I've turned a different shade of red now. I didn't think it's possible to go this colour.
Oh, God, you just actually said in front of how many people that you wish that there would, Hannibal Lecter existed.
I really don't. I just wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking about what my words was. I always get unfortunately mixed up, guys. So it's an unfortunate situation, isn't it? Really.
I'm sure that Buffalo Bill did exist, though. I'll tell you what is hard to believe that existed. I was only on about this the other day. Things like Sweeney Todd. That story sounds just like a complete made-up story. It's true.
Yeah, they could get away with it back in the day because nobody really looked in on people. There's no like DNA testing done and
You
stuff.
know the part that gets me about them kind of stories? It's not the fact that as one man he thought of slitting the necks off somebody in his barber shop, down the hatch they went.
It's like Mrs. Potts was helping.
It's not about that. How do you approach her? Hi, Mrs. Potts. You got pie shop. I got some meat round the back. Do you want to come and have a look? And there's Stanley lying on the floor.
She might have approached. She said, "Yo, Sweeney, I know you're like a bit of a funky one."
And then they from America.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know how it come about. I wasn't there. I've had a time machine. That is something I'd go back and visit.
Really?
And just watch.
Mind you, you'd probably bleeding well try one knowing you and your
No, I wouldn't. I'm more scared of them addresses. Yeah, actually. Oh, yeah. But I'll go back to Charles Manson now.
Does this ever annoy you about sauces?
Does it ever annoy you when you're talking and someone interrupts?
You do the ketchup. You've got to get that off.
Let's hope you don't have COVID on that finger. Because that's really wrong, the name.
We live in the same house.
I know. What's that all that went down the chip shop? Please wear a mask. Keep our staff protected. Big like thing on the door. You look through the window. There's 10 or 8 people in there not wearing masks. They don't get COVID tested in a chip shop. What's that all about? I will finish what I was saying. Charles Manson, he was a crazy man. And he got all these young women and a couple of blokes to follow him. And like the problem was...
Oh, is it mixed up with Charles Bronson?
Oh my God. Charles Bronson was a famous actor. Not Charles... Oh, Charles Bronson was a famous bank robber.
Excuse me! He's still alive!
He was... Alright! So was Charles Manson, I think.
Can I just say, excuse me, Charles Bronson was a famous actor.
There was a Bronson who was a famous actor. What was his name? Something else Bronson. I don't know. Hey, Bronson, anyways.
And if Charlie's watching this...
How you doing, Charles? Please don't come after us. No, but...
He actually sells paintings, like art. He's a really good artist.
Oh, that's great. That makes up for all the shit he did then over the years.
Did he actually murder anyone?
He never personally did it. He got people to believe in what he was saying and they did it for him. But...
Why hasn't he been let out then?
This is a fact, I'm going to give you an actual fact here, which a lot of you might not know. I heard a podcast of a bloke who wrote a book about Charles Manson. And the FBI back in the day, they used to arrest him. And it's not a word of lie, it's true. They've got all the records and everything.
Manson.
They used to arrest Charles Manson, take him into custody, give him loads and loads of...
Drugs.
Drugs.
I've heard this.
Not amphetamine. What's the one back then? Like hallucinogenics and that sort of shit. To train him to... Basically, the story is that in this book that the FBI was behind Charles Manson, get this group of people together to kill these people to cause... I don't know what their purpose was. What the FBI's reason was behind it.
A ruckus.
Pretty much, yeah. And he killed Sharon Tate, who was pregnant at the time, who was married to Roman Polanski, who can't now come back into America because he slept with a girl when she was like under 16 or 16. And he's a famous director. He did like The Pianist and...
I remember all this.
Yeah, and he can't come back into America.
Sharon Tate,
yeah, not Sharon Buddy off EastEnders. But Sharon Tate, and she was pregnant, and they went into her house while she was in there with her friends and killed her and cut her up and everything.
Oh my flipping God.
But they used to say with Charles Manson, what his plan was, he convinced his followers, "What, we're going to start a race war by killing some white people, make it like black people did it, so then we'll all go and hide in the desert, and then when they're arrested, or when they find go and hide in the desert, and then when they're arrested, or when they find these bodies, there'll be a race war between the blacks and the whites." That's what he used to say, black people and white people, and there'll be a whole hell load of trouble. And then what will come out the desert, take over where everyone left off, and he'll become like the king of the country. And he said the Beatles were talking to him through the White Album.
I've heard that before as well.
From me.
No, I've heard that, like, you know, looking up things, but Charles Bronson, he's really good at artists, you know. Like, you know, he can draw and... But what I wanted to know was, like, okay, so he went for armed robbery then.
Yeah, and I think he might have hurt a few people, probably is.
Like, I'm just wondering, like, how that stands with, you know, with the law, like, now, because obviously a life sentence sometimes now you can be out within 15 years. He's been in there a fair amount of time, hasn't he?
I watched the film with Tom Hardy. That was great, that movie. I think he was allowed out, and then he got mixed up with some bad news and whatnot, and ended up back there.
Britain's most notorious prisoner. So obviously, I think what he's done is caused trouble in prison.
Yeah, he caused a lot of trouble in prison.
He's the most violent prisoner in Britain.
No.
So obviously, like, he gets a bit peed off in there.
They obviously it's in your mum and she goes to prison, Big Brenda. So they think he's the most violent person in prison.
My mum would have the whole wing run, I'm telling you that now. And my dad wouldn't care less who you are. If he's got a problem, hey, no, we ain't doing that. No, I won't do it.
Yeah, I can't imagine your dad in prison
No.
somehow. I think he'd go one or two ways. He'd get his own little gang together and come out and start doing armed robberies, or he'd sit in a corner and keep himself to himself. Not that her dad's ever done an armed robbery, I'm not saying that, but
No.
if he did, you wouldn't know about it, because he'd be that armed, he'd keep it quiet.
No, my dad literally would say, he wouldn't. My dad's not the type of person to care less about who you are. Really, if he's got something to say, he'll say it, and he don't care who you offend. Not in a nasty way, but if he's on principle right, then he'll let you know. That was surprisingly.
What have I done this time, Mel?
Shit there, me again. That was actually really, really nice.
So do you all want to join our cult? What have I done now? Look at the looks I'm getting, guys, constantly. Oh my God, we're cutting this off as disgusting. Saucer, oh my God.
Oh, you always have them used to that. You guys are used to Leigh with the sauce around the...
I swear down, it's hard work, but trying to be so politically correct on our channel. Because like sometimes you say stuff and it's like, you can't say that.
No, I do correct him.
It's a good job, because I didn't know you weren't allowed to say that Boris Johnson's a bit of a tool.
I never said you couldn't say that.
You're alright, Boris Johnson's a bit of a tool. Well done.
But
if you're watching Bozza, hope you enjoy the channel.
It is interesting though, isn't it? How like certain crimes back then you'd get more for, and if it's a life sentence back then it's longer than it is a life sentence now, and for different reasons as well. Like if you do commit a murder now, not like, I don't know if a murder goes in stages, but like is it like 20 years or 26
I don't know,
years?
I've never committed a murder, thank God.
But then they do like good behaviour and then it's let down.
Oh yeah, you always get the good behaviour.
Then there's some people who have been in, like you said about that man the other day smoking weed, and then he's got like a life sentence.
It wasn't. I don't know. There's people, not just him. There's a lot of people in prison in America right now, guys, who are in there for smoking weed. Because in the past, like before it became legal in most of America, it was illegal. And they can look out their prison window, and there's Biff and Bob across the road.
Bob.
Bob, my mum's dad.
Stepdad.
Yeah.
Stepdad Bob.
Just smoking a spliff, and it's completely normal. The police just drive past and let him do it. But this bloke, Jeff, who's in prison, he ain't getting out for another 10 years. That's a bit odd. I'd be really irritated if that was me. Anyways,
on that note,
this should have been our crime video. Should have been next Thursday.
Yeah, but it's been nice to talk about it. I mean, it's been quite fun. If you've got any stories that you think that might be necessary for us to tell these people on here,
yeah, like the time you joined an occult,
just a cult,
or the time you went and sang to a tree in the woods dressed as a beaver.
People hug trees. Tree hugging is a thing.
Oh God, people marry trees. They don't mean it's right.
No, trees give off like like an energy. There is an actual fact.
Yeah, I love a good tree as much as the next man. I'll take pictures of trees sometimes.
No, but there's something that's like proven to make you feel better about hugging a tree. I don't know whether it's like oxygen. I don't know what
It's
it is.
also something that makes you feel good, proven, like hugging, but the hug off a good lady or a good man, a loved one. Like, oh, that's a lovely hug, Aim. I'd rather hug my Aim than a tree.
But you don't know that because you've never done it.
I am not going to be the one found in the sodding woods with my dog hugging a bloody tree. I'd be accused of all sorts of things. Why are you trying to hump that tree, mister?
There are people.
There are tree humpers. Yeah.
No, surely not.
I reckon there is. I reckon people that bore holes in trees and hump the tree.
This sometimes can go right off point, guys.
I swear
and
that,
this is where I'm going to make a conscious point of cutting it off now. So remember to be kind, remember to be nice, comment, share, like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell, boing, so you don't miss any of my future videos. Check out our Instagram, check out our other channel, check out everything. And he doesn't need to say nothing else.
I bet they never tried humping a nettle bush. And on that note, we'll go now.
I try so hard to keep this family friendly sometimes.
Trust me, families love our channel. We've had people tell us their kids watch us and enjoy us.
That's what makes me want to wind you in sometimes, you know, that neck of yours.
Alright, Palmer, if Luke's watching, happy January something, Luke. Oh, you will. Guys, take it easy. Bye. Oh, we're not cut off. Oh, well.
Bye.